Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. This is going to be a series idea on my channel where we are trying out different people's formations and tactics and trying them out in Division 1 to see whether the formation is good or whether the formation is bad, or whether it's one of those things where I have to adjust to the game style of the formation itself, right? So for today's video, my favorite person in regards to formations and tactics, because he always does it in a realistic sense, Airjapes' 4-3-3 that he recently released. I'm going to leave a link in the description down below for his 4-3-3 tactics, so be sure to go check it out, okay? Because we're going to be looking at some variables over here. So as you guys can see with my current team, Sentimental Value FC, we have some really sick players here and there in regards to just having fun, man, using a team that I just really like from real life. I want to try to rotate it to a different team at some point in the future, but the only players that are off from this entire team is Courtois, De Jong, Ansu Fati, Dembele, and Ferland Mendy. But everybody else, FC Portos and Portugal links, all that fun stuff for me, right? So really cool stuff working with us today. So you guys are taking a look at the team, and we're going to be taking a look at his formation and tactics, because the type of team that you have is very important in regards to how your team will perform in the game. So if we take a look at Airjapes' video, we have to see what type of team he's using for this formation, right? So if we take a look at his squad, once we get it to the fade outs parts, right? If we take a look at his squad, we're looking at players like Partey, Balak, Ronaldo, Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Heung-min Son, Philip Lahm, all that fun stuff, okay? With the Japes, he's like Sentimental Value FC too, you know? He got some German links in there. He's got some, Bayern players, he's got the vibes going, right? But this is the team that he's using, right? So here's the important thing. When you're using the 4-3-3, you need a very good balance for your center mids. So here's the balance that Airjapes has gone with this team. He's got Thomas Partey being his defensive-oriented CDM. He has Michael Ballack being his attacking and defensive-oriented midfielder playing through the middle. And then he has a Kevin De Bruyne that is more attacking-oriented, but can also offer another defensive presence for you because he's okay at defending because of his high work rates, right? So a lot of very important variables to consider with his team. And then the way that he has a team set up top, he has a Heung-min Son with high work rates on the left side, with a high work rate of Bernardo Silva on the right side. Again, very important for the balance of the team. And then as he has his striker, he has Ronaldo set up in the striker position on the false 9 instruction. So we'll see with how my team is set up in regards to this as well. So you can see that we have our defensive-oriented midfielder in De Jong with his medium-high work rates. We have the Michael Ballack-oriented, but Ronaldo Sanchez probably a little bit better than Michael Ballack because Ronaldo Sanchez is freaking crazy this year. High work-rated, attacking and defensive-oriented player in the midfield. And then we have Bruno Fernandes playing with his high work rates as the more attacking-oriented player, but he does also have some defensive capabilities in the main defensive areas. 74 interceptions and 72 defensive awareness. With the engine chemistry style, we're boosting his pace, dribbling, and passing stats to make him as usable as possible. And then for me, my setup for the wing is not correct. It's something that I have to adjust for this formation, because it's very important to have these work rates for these types of cards, right? So you can see that I have Ansu Fati and Dembele. These two, I have to figure something out with them, because Dembele is actually playing as my striker, but Ansu Fati is the one that throws off this team completely in regards to what I need. I could get a Griezmann and play him in the the left wing position. I just don't think I really want to use Griezmann for this team, because Ansu Fati plays really well in the left wing position, especially on the cut inside, getting behind tactic, right? So a lot of different variables to consider right there. But if we take a look at how this team is lined up in game with the 4-3-3. We have the offensive style with 4 width. The players in the box is set to a solid 7, so a lot of movement going on in the box. Press after possession loss with depth all the way maximized with the width on 4. Instructions for the team is like this. We have the Fullbacks on balance, he's not touching them at all. Balance on the other fullback as well. The CDM is actually on man mark, stay back while attacking and cover center. The center mids are on balance instructions, you do not touch them. The left and right wing is on cut inside and get in behind, while the striker is on a false 9 tactic. So we're going to switch that with Dembele and Ansu Fati. So you can see how my team lines up in the game in regards to a balance in every single position, but the left wing position, because Ferland Mendy has great work rates to push forward, come back. Nelson Semedo, very, very similar as well. It's just the Dembele and Ansu situation that would have to be adjusted. But in regards to how this team is set up, it's very interesting because, as you guys know, this game is very defensive and counterattack heavy. You can see that when you're playing the game, people just love to defend. And they're, to be honest, a bunch of losers, because how can you play a game and just play like this the entire game and like, oh, I do one through ball pass, I run, I shoot, I score. People care about the result that much. But this formation is so much fun because it is a Portugal nationality type of formation and tactic. The way that this team moves is very similar to how Portugal would move in real life, which is absolutely brilliant because, you know, you have players like Ronaldo Sanchez, Bruno Fernandes playing through the middle with Bernardo Silva on the cut inside, get in behind tactic. It's just absolutely brilliant. I just love it. It makes me so happy to use a team like this with tactics like this because it's just very, very fun. I'm going to be trying out his 4-3-2-1 at some point in the future as well, because he has like Liverpool-oriented tactics for the 4-3-2-1, which is really, really cool. But for this team, guys, what you will notice when attacking and defending is you have to look out for off-the-ball movement with this team. The off-the-ball movement is insane, and you have to understand how your fullbacks are going to utilize empty space on balance instructions, because listen, you have your wingers cutting inside, getting in behind, so your fullbacks are going to overcommit that space. So remember, you're going to have your fullback area very, very vulnerable. But if your center mids don't actually commit forward, your center mids will go ahead and block those fullback positions as these guys come back from the fullback areas, from overcommitting and then coming back in the defensive area. And that's why it's very important that players like Ansu Fati and like Bernardo Silva have the high work rates. Ansu Fati does not with his high medium, so the balance is a little bit off, right? But still makes a very good left winger. So you will be vulnerable in the fullback position, which is a huge meta this year, obviously. So make sure that you get two very, very good agile center backs that can outbody certain people in the squad, and then make sure that you have your fullbacks to be good at everything, right? Attacking, defending, dribbling on the ball, passing, all that fun stuff. The middle will also be vulnerable from time to time as well. You have to learn how to be better at aggressive defending. Aggressive defending is going to be a very, very big thing for you to use this formation, because as you guys can see, or you guys will see from the highlights, defending with De Jong to start up the play, to build up the play, going forward, and where players are overcommitting in certain situations, you have to really pinpoint your passes and not make careless passes, because if you lose the ball in certain areas when certain players are committing, you're going to obviously concede on the counterattack, right? So it's a very, very cool team. I think it's done perfectly with the types of players you have in your squad, the high in the midfield, the high on the sides. I don't think this formation is terrible at all. I think it's actually very, very viable, and it should fit most people's formations, because you can be possession based with this. You can be really, really aggressive with it, and I think Japes has done an absolutely brilliant job with this formation in general. And you guys will see with the highlights playing with this team. I didn't lose a game in Division 1. I was getting really frustrated today because the manual tackles drive me nuts, but yeah, man, hopefully you guys enjoy the gameplay. You guys are going to see how this team performs. It's not perfect. There's a lot of players that definitely need to be better in regards to certain stats that they have. But, man, it's just, I love it because it just feels like Portugal's national team in the game. Like Bruno Fernandes as a center mid with Bernardo on the side. It feels awesome, man. So at some point in the future, hopefully I can pick up Cristiano Ronaldo, because that would be amazing to have up top in the striker position. I would definitely love to have that there for sure. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys. All right. Oh, this guy has Timo Werner. Wow. We're going to try out Japes' 4-3-3 in-game. We'll see how it plays. This guy looks like he could actually line up with this formation. So 4-3-3 versus 4-3-3 maybe.
But still a chance. And Ronaldo Sanchez with it now. Must take the lead here. And they have. You've got to say, it has been coming.
Japes might be a genius, boys. I'm not gonna lie to you. Do you know what's the one thing I'm noticing with this team, bro? Is that the way that their defense spreads out because of the attacking AI is, it's really high. They spread out like a lot, you know?
Felix. Real danger. Will it be?
Yeah, that spread, boys. That spread is like this is why I keep telling people, man, that like tactics is such a big thing in this game, because the way, like, wow.
Joao Felix. Now with De Jong. Crossing possibilities. They really look after them. Can he give them the advantage?
Nice.
In it goes.
Almost turning away, he thinks he scored. The goalkeeper doesn't.
Well, beating his opponent.
Let's go, boys.
To really bowl. Sanchez. De Jong. Oh, surely. Well, not across.
Oh, I got it.
For him today.
That was random, eh, boys? Worth smashing coins on for Ramos for sticking with Militao. Militao's pretty good, bro.
Nelson Semedo. Well, they're on the scent of something positive. Dembele. Now with De Jong. Dembele. De Jong. Showing patience as well as persistence in the build-up. De Jong. Can he take the chance?
Oh, them boos. Them boos.
1-0 here.
I love you, them boos.
Restart the game. Promising attack this. Nelson Semedo. Dembele. Here's Bernardo Silva. Chance here. And now
Woo! This team is moving like real Portugal, man. Oh.
And now they have the ball back. Dembele. And Renato Sanchez with it now. And here's Dembele. Bruno Fernandes. Chance for Dembele.
There we go.
And there